Welcome everybody to our live stream here. Analysis board. Let's see if the board is set up properly. Good. Alright, what's up, Asterbait? Good to see you. I've got a challenge already from somebody here. Ripunjay the Pro. Alright. Let's get to work. I thought we just play some video games instead today. Maybe one day I'll log in, play some Among Us or something. But seriously, alright, Ripun the Pro, 1800 in bullet, 1389 in blitz. Too much bullet. Bullet overdose, not good. Gotta control the addiction. Alright, Miralles is not playing first. Rude awakening for me if I play Morales first. Morales 2033 question mark. Highly dubious rating there with the question mark. Alright. Weird openings Wednesday. Except Zen mode. We're playing Zen mode. I'm just acting weird. Unusual openings. White moves first. I sometimes forget that, to be perfectly honest. Yep. You should have played in our tournament yesterday. Miralles, did you play? Actually, were you here for a brief period? I can't remember everybody every day. The days blend into each other. I can't remember like Monday's stream, if that was Monday or Tuesday. Alright, we've got E4. Unusual openings is the theme of the day. So what are we going to do? Family issues. I hope nothing problematic. Just good family issues. Excellent. How's the lockdown in Spain? We've got 8 o'clock curfew here. It's crazy. It's terrible if you have like a pet. You have to take your dog out or something. 8 o'clock's a little extreme. So I was thinking of doing something unusual here, but I didn't expect knight f3. I was going to get like d4. Alright, let's play something like check defense. You're in Italy now. Did you move? Are you staying in Italy? Alright. I understand living abroad with the family there. You can meet Antoni and hang out. Alright, so d4. Italian Spaniards. It's a Latin thing. Alright. E4, C6, knight f3, d6, d4. What am I doing? Let's try something experimental. Yeah, I have kids. I don't talk about that too much. I don't like to involve my personal life. But one day I had to leave the stream early. Pick up my son from school. The little kids here under high school are still going to school. So it's kind of complicated. You know, I don't really know if this is good that they have the little kids still going to school. So H3, correct. It's a very experimental opening by Black. I don't have Netflix. You want to give me a free? Give me your login details? Dracofire, I've heard everybody talking about the Queen's Gambit. Just give me your login details. I use my VPN. But I have Amazon Prime. It's not quite the same. Studies suggest, yeah, I mean, you should see the partying that goes on in the bar districts of Budapest. Like, I don't know, man. It's like Ibiza down there. They really, I mean, at least they cut the tourists out, I guess, now. Actually, what was I was reading? Oh, hotels here are not allowed to accept tourists. Only business travelers. I guess if you're a tourist and you're stuck in Hungary, you have to, like, pretend you're a business traveler or, like, live on the street or something. Bishop d3. Yeah, I'm just making this up, man. I don't know. e5 seems strange with this configuration. I'm sure Amazon's not quite as good as Netflix. d5 instantly. So this move is an attempt to open the position for White's pieces, it looks like. Structurally, I don't mind it. Structurally, we'll have to, like, take and play e5. I mean, actually, some consideration should be given to taking this pawn on d5, but I don't think so. Interesting approach by White. d5 immediately. I have no idea what you call this opening. It's like a Wade defense of sorts. I mean, normally the Wade defense would be just like d6 straight up, and then I guess bishop g4 as soon as I can do it. I throw in c6. It's kind of like a demented Alyakin's defense. Welcome to Dracofire. Guys, we got 2 challenges. A Morales and Dracofire. It looks like Schieberspieler may have taken the morning off. White's got a great opening. Good, but not great. At least good. You beat a 1900 in the Pawn to Rapid. We'll check it out. Did you submit a game? You already submitted a game for the subscriber stream, correct? Correct. Yeah, White's playing like positional genius here. I feel like I'm playing Schieberspieler. 1389 plays like this. I think it's Troll's alter ego who plays normal chess instead of chess 960. Is that possible? We suggested this conspiracy theory once before. Seems like they have that in common, though. This almost perfect opening play. Kind of unusual at the 1300 level. It's also, he's up to 1800 in bullet. But I guess he's just playing too fast. It's a relief. And white's still better here. I wonder if I should castle at all. What's white's sin upon loss so far here? Very solid play. Studying with Karpov. White's still better. Spatially, no tactical mistakes. Played well positionally. I'm not sure about A4. B4 might be even better with this trash compactor advance. I could have played rook c8 last move. Maybe I should do that. Very troll-like. Troll in a roll-like. Yeah, that's a good idea. Where'd you get that? Where'd you come up with that idea? Excellent move. B4. He's 1389, but he plays like he's 2000 now. Questions, question. I agree. He said he deleted his... He forgot the password to his other account. That's understandable. I forget my passwords all the time. It's just like ridiculous. I need to get one of those like password programs. He's starting to lose control here a little bit. I don't think I have an advantage though. Not that clear. My bishop's really bad. Even after this exchange. That's kind of an ugly move. B5. Maybe not so bad. Down, Fido. Bishop d8. This bishop is turning into a thing. The thing. Yeah, white's winning. Man, he was scaring me for a while here in this game. I think like an excellent game by white until he got low on time. Even now, it's probably not that bad. Okay, b5 is kind of a weird move. After bishop b6, queen b6, you're still equal. I'm not sure if I have better than knight b6. The computer says yes. Magic 8 Ball says yes. Alright. Got a good position. I'm getting a really strange challenge from Shoham Mitra. 1588. 10 plus 2. Rated. Alright, I think that you need to use more time when you play classical. Ripun. Play like you did in this game, just continue to do it for a longer period of time. You know, play like you did for the 5 minutes this game. You played well for 80% of the game. Mirales, Drakfire, Heroku, Chizinu. No new players who are not subscribers first. We've got to take the subscriber challenges first. So Mirales is next, Drakfire. Then Cheesy Noob Heroku is not a subscriber to the Twitch stream. Obviously, I'm talking about. All right, black again. Grr. So you play advanced Caro-Kann too? Let's try this again. Some kind of check defense. You and Jim both play the advanced Caro-Kann. Asterbate tries that as well. Very popular, and it's a good system. I don't feel comfortable. Caro-Kann has never been lucky for me. Luck is so important in chess, right? I was looking at this yesterday with f4. Okay, this is not considered by some people to be a credible opening. I don't think so. I think the check defense is dubious, but it's fun. You got your over the board rating, 1654 FIDE. Repun, that's excellent. A lot of people are like lower than that. I mean, that's actually a good starting point. Congratulations. My first over the board rating was 1275 US. Unknown GM 1234. I didn't get an international rating until I had been playing tournaments for like 5 years. In those days, it was hard to get an international rating in the United States. Now, not so much because the ratings have been lowered. The minimum has been lowered. It was formerly like 2200. It's a different world today. Okay, so bishop e3. What are my options here? Queen a5, f3. I guess if we can meet queen a5 with f3, then the whole concept of playing queen a5 may be just sort of stupid. On the other hand, we have a Peertz-like position if I play g6. That's what he's hoping for, I think. It appears like Morales is looking for a transposition to the Peertz with g6, and then he's playing something he knows. What are my other options? Queen b6 looks dubious. b5 looks early. b5, e5, b4. Knight on bd7, like a waiting move, is possible. And of course, e5. Queen c7 is passive. What do you do if you're like a check defense player and someone does this, like transpose to the Peertz? Then your whole opening is just it's just like a cheap telemarketing scam. It's not a real opening if I have to transpose to the Peertz. But I don't know, what else does black do here? Queen a5 definitely looks stupid now if white's playing f3. b5 is unsound. e5 is just some sort of bad Philidor. It's just a Philidor, I guess. What do? You have to transpose to either the Philidor or the Peertz after bishop e3. Knight on bd7. So you make the argument that the check defense is not really an opening. It's going to have to transpose to something else. Now b5 is possible. b5, e5, b4. But this is Pierce. Fortunately, maybe Morales knows what he's doing now. But at least one of us knows what we're doing. Sitting a stream, difficult. I had a friend of mine who's a poker player, and he plays a lot of video games, contact me this week. He was like, can you teach me how to do Twitch streaming? Yeah, it's not difficult. If I can do it, it's not difficult. I'm not really... skilled in anything except for chess and a little bit of poker. I can program your VCR, but no, it's not difficult. White is threatening e5. Wait a minute. Now I have knight g4. Does knight to g4 work here? Knight g4, bishop g5. I'm not sure it's even good. Knight g4, bishop f4, e5. Knight g4, bishop g5, f6. I remember one game that Joel Benjamin played like that against Gufeld. In a similar position in Las Vegas's Astor Beats Home, Las Vegas National Open. $1996. I don't know. My problem with knight g4 is that bishop g5, f6, bishop h4, bishop h6, f4. And I'm not really sure that I'm not just putting my pieces out there on crazy squares without really doing anything. I mean, it's nice to try to get this cheapo on this diagonal, but I don't know that my knight will ever return if it goes out to g4. My experience, oftentimes that's like a strategic mistake, to chase the bishop on e3 too early. Or else, dude, you can't see the score there? You guys maybe can't see the score under the board. Alright, it's hidden. Yeah, under the board you could see it. If you could see it, Morales has 281 games played with me. And he scored 81 points. He is one of the better results. He has beaten me many, many times. He's not... I don't know, especially with the white pieces, he's like 2200. It seems like he's 2033 according to his rating, but he's more like 2200 plus with white, and then like much weaker than that with black. When you average his rating out, I still think he's much better than 2033. Now this is like what? It's a crazy gambit. This just doesn't work. Whoa. There could be some sort of sick tactical idea here. Okay, I have to take this. Question, do I take with the queen or with the knight? Take with the queen or the knight? I take with the knight, I guess. Knight b5 doesn't really work. That is his favorite square, though. He's beaten me 4 games in the last 20, actually, according to the scoreboard. This is a strange plan. Looks like White should just maintain his position. And I could have taken that pawn either way, also with the queen. There he's gaining a clear tempo with knight f3. So I guess I was looking at like knight b5. That assumes that appears to lose a piece. Very nice. Okay, obviously there's a back rank threat. Now he's focusing on his favorite square again. I mean, I guess you could take on a2 here if you want to get mated on d7. That doesn't even work. I mean, theoretically, I could take this pawn on a2. I guess if he does something like knight g5, bishop takes a2, starts to make some sense. King b1. King b1. You did that, Nefedov style? Wow. Sacking his queen. He's actually sacrificing his queen here. Not fully awake yet. Maybe you can sacrifice your queen in a different way. Bishop takes g7. That's what I meant by sacrificing your queen. It was a desperate and dubious attempt. Obviously, king b1 wasn't a good move. I was just kidding. Strangely dubious gambit here by Morales with e5. Phew, that was close. I was afraid he really had something. So this has been played a couple times. Magyar Nemzeti Mester Ferenc Barabora, 1996, against the French Marciano. Michael Tal played like Morales. You're supposed to do king b1 right away, man. And you're playing like Tal, who lost against Torre Eugenio. Wow. That hurts. b5, f3, and that's theory. Tal played here bishop d3, defending the e4 pawn. Too excited. Tal was short. Alright, we've got challenges from Drackfire. Cheese Noob. Miros just gave me a pawn, man. He gave me his central pawn. There was nothing there. Weird. Windows wants to do an update. That's always a bad sign. I've always noticed my computer acts extremely strange whenever Windows wants to like force an update through. I need more coffee. Cold-blooded. The answer is it's the Trumpowski on the other side. I did this against Miles, and he just played knight. He just played like knight. No, what did he do? He played e5. I've had this in one tournament game and one banter game against Miles on World Chess Network. We transposed to a Berlin defense. Roy Lopez, I remember. But I had a different game over the board once where I played this. No one's ever played that against me. But it's certainly logical to play knight d4. I mean, I probably had it in a Blitz game, but I mean, I've never had it in a real game. Bishop f1. The Trompowski. It's the X-swap mort. The X-swap mort opening. Now I'm going to exploit black's exposed knight with c3. Floating knight variation. That's a cool move. It has to go. I'm sorry. Objectively, I'm not sure bishop f1 is the best move. If I had to do-over, I would maybe play bishop d3, bishop e2, or a4. I would consider all those moves. My e4 pawn is on prise. Weird openings Wednesday. Google search says Tal was shorter than Caruana. Caruana's not short, is he? Who's that, Gigi Helis? Someone young? That guy's over 2 meters? Huh. I guess I've never actually seen him in real life. Interesting. I didn't know he was a GM. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Are you sure he's a GM? GM. F5, this is the most dynamic move possible for black. Dude, what is wrong with you? Yeah, I didn't know he was a GM. I thought he was like an IM or something. One of those borderline. He got to 2501. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. F5. It's like the sharpest move possible. Dare you? F5. And my king is not safe. And F5 is like double exclamation point. The only move that gives black. That's a very deep move. Dracofire is kind of a mystery. Why am I 53-1 against you? That reminds me of Heroku too. He has a similar score, yet every game he has a good position. I don't understand how that works. I don't want to have a bad structure. Exactly. Antonio called it. Exactly. Perfect. Fabian is only 5 plus 5, 5, 6. I haven't seen him in years, to be honest. He looks tall in his pictures because he's thin. You know, it's tricky. It's like Trump doesn't look that tall because he's fat. Sort of the same effect. Thin people seem taller than they really are, and fat people seem shorter than they really are. It's like a circus mirror effect. I always assumed, I don't know, I haven't seen Caruana since God knows when, but I always assumed he was on the taller side. It's weird. It's like a bad C3 Sicilian or something for white. Perfect. What am I going to do? It's played perfectly. Couldn't play better for black here. Literally. Every picture I've seen of Caruana makes him look tall. I don't know. The last time I saw him in person, I've played in no tournament where he played in the last 10 years. Or been in the same room with him in the last 10 years. I think I played with him in Budapest in like 2008. 2009 at the latest. I don't remember what year it was. I'm trying to remember if I saw him after that. I haven't seen him. We haven't been in the same place. It's like Maxim Blugi and what was her name? There was this conspiracy theory that Maxim Blugi was secretly this woman player Angelina Belikovskaya and Maxim Dlugi were the same person. Has anybody ever heard of that? Conspiracy theory? That was kind of funny. He definitely looked better as a man. Drakfire's starting to... He's starting to make inaccuracies. Possibly. We can fix it with... He moved to Budapest to train with Grandmaster Alexander Chernin. Chernin is also never seen. I'm not sure where he even, if he exists or he was abducted by aliens or what that guy's deal is. I've lived here for 15 years. I've never seen Alexander Chernin. I mean, that's kind of crazy. But, anything's possible. He probably moved back to the old country. You know, Alexander Chernin is Russian, of course. I'm not sure why he was in Hungary in the first place. Maybe he has like a Hungarian wife or something. I don't know what his connection was exactly to Hungary. But I haven't heard anything from that guy. That would have been the latest I've ever heard a reference to Chernin involved directly with chess here. That's when Caruana's dad freaked out and took Fabiano to Italy and changed his country that he was representing and all that stuff. I think we played in 2008. I'm going to guess. I don't remember specifically. It's a little like playing, yeah, it's very similar to Heroku. Maybe my chances to win on time. I feel like Drakfire made some sort of inaccuracy, but he's basically playing a high-quality game. He didn't have to allow this 2 knights versus 2 bishops with a kind of shaky structure. Here I'm equal. He was better before. So at some point there was some inaccuracy played by black, because I thought that my opening was extremely dubious. Maybe connection issue. I would say it's about equal here. You've got A5, A4 ideas. Black shouldn't be worse. Stockfish thinks you're worse. That's saying something. Because the computer, you know, at least Stockfish really loves bishops. A5 is the best move, as I said. Stockfish projecting Arizona by 0.3 electoral votes. A5 is seriously equal now, and it's exactly the valuation I called. See, it took Stockfish like 45 seconds to sort of reach the same conclusion. I said the position is about equal, and black should play A5. Stockfish thinks for like 45 seconds, and says it's equal, and black should play A5. Yeah, you got disconnected. Equal position. Now look who's next. Heroku. Alright, we got Cheesy Noob first. Berserker. Sanjeev, it's the wrong time control. I don't do 3+2. It's a little too fast for me to be able to constructively commentate the games. So, that's not an option. Challenges have to be between 5+3 and 7+3. Thanks, guys, for subscribing. Dragonfire, F5. That's a very impressive idea that I think a lot of people would be hesitant to play because of the the necessary pawn structure weaknesses there. That's an insightful move. Excellent. Now why am I black every single game? If you flip a coin 10 times in a row, what are the chances that it lands on tails 10 times in a row? We've had f4 the other day. I played d6 as well. I'm playing unusual openings, but you guys beat me to the punch here with f4. Symmetrical Dutch. Knight h6. Now, f5 is not just like a double-edged move, it's probably the best move. Jack fire. Hands down. Mathematically the best move. The only way for black to play for an advantage in that position is f5, I would bet. Dynamically opening the position. Miro says it's 1 in 1024. I'm just wondering, what are the chances I get black every single game if I play 10 games? And Miro BTW says it's 1 in 1024. I'm not really I like statistics, but I'm not really a math guy. Statistics is the only math-related class in university that I actually didn't drop and passed. I had a couple of statistics courses, which I enjoyed. But regular math, I found, wasn't my thing. But anyway, I couldn't calculate that in my head. We got b3, anti-g6. The squirrel. Jack Young, this guy I knew from New England. He was a master from New England. New Hampshire to be exact. New Hampshire or Massachusetts, I can't remember where he lived. He's probably still around. He liked weird openings. He used to do a column for Chess Horizons. But he had something where you did like knight a3, c3, and knight c2, and I think he called it the squirrel. And this is kind of like a squirrel on the other side. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that right. If that was the squirrel. Does anybody know what the squirrel opening is? Has anybody else heard of that? It's like the squirrel comes out, grabs a nut, goes back, hides in the underground tunnel. That's what my knight is doing here. Damn, dude, h4 and f4. What happened? It depends if it's over the next 10 times or the last 10 times. We talked about your SATs, I'm sure, before, Bob. You definitely excelled on the one part. Maybe not the math. You could have gotten someone to take your SATs. You didn't try to pull a trump. Mommy and Daddy didn't have enough resources, like some rich celebrities have people taking their kids' entrance exams for them. No, Bob, I'm sure you excelled in the English part. Bob likes word problems. Bishop e2. So it's basically like a Chigorin now. I like this. I'm going to risk it with c5. All the best entrepreneurs dropped out of middle school, Bob. Don't worry. I'm sure that Jeff Bezos never finished middle school. e3. I'm just wondering, do I need to worry about like bishop e5? I don't think so. Every move he's played is reasonable except for h4. Like, what is h4? That's crazy. Even Bob wouldn't play h4. Actually, Mad Ramus, what's up? lichess sometimes refuses to run analysis. Why is that? You don't have a modern browser. Something to do with your browser, I guess. Sometimes you just have to reload the page. I would think it would start working. Also, there's a Windows update, man. Beware of the new Windows update trying to install itself. Here we go again. Oh, Mad Ramus says what? New update, limited analysis per day, 25 per day, 80 per week. You serious? You mean like game analysis, like a full game analysis or whatever? But I wasn't sure if Troll was talking about running a full game analysis or just turning on the analysis engine. Yeah, that's really cheesy. Wow. Maybe they're planning to upgrade to platinum, gold, and silver membership status. If you get silver membership status, you can have 100 analysis this week. COVID traffic. No, I'm not sacrificing a pawn here. Not today. Cheesy Noob with the Nimzabitchian approach. He likes knights. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, they have limited resources, I guess. Donations are down since they started to, insult all the people who supported lichess randomly. That's what I heard. Just a rumor. I guess it's all the sarcastic answers in the chat forum when people try to ask legitimate questions. They had to cut back. I'm still bitter, whatever. Need to get over it. I need therapy. That was like 6 months ago? Let's make up our minds. Somebody said it was yesterday. Now we have a new report that it was 6 months ago. Sounds like Hungarian COVID restrictions. Never know what you're going to get. Alright, I need to just simply develop my pieces, right? Let's do it. Oh, my bitter interaction. Not 6 months ago. Probably 2 months ago, but close. It wasn't like this week. Although there have been maybe there was more than one part to that joke. If I play knight f5, the tenderness of the h-pawn is revealed. The tender underbelly of his h-pawn, like a soft turtle meat. The soft turtle-like meat of white's positional underbelly. Knight h4. Knight h4, queen f2, bishop takes f3. He has even queen f3, and I can't actually take the pawn. But I could play knight f5, queen f2, h5, I guess. But eventually my... It's not Thursday. Thursday poetry stream, that's tomorrow. We'll do sing-songs about turtles on their back. So you like the strategy? Just choosing moves at random now. This move sucks. This move officially sucks. Yeah, working for free. Does that... They're directly collecting the PayPal proceeds? Does that count as working for free? I don't know, I'm getting paranoid. E5. What am I doing? This is just getting weirder and weirder. I was afraid of queen a6, and then he played queen e1. Now bishop h5. Uh-huh. Nice. You mean like programmers don't have to like understand psychology? It's a complete Nimzovician game by White, with the exception of the move h4, which was like some sort of glitch. His mental software just like glitched when he played h4. But it does wreck his entire position, that one move. He would have a great game if it wasn't for that. It's a huge problem. I've been a little too hesitant already. Probably I should just play e5. I'm gonna flag. Whoa. He does like closed positions. That we can agree on. Or did I just play f5? We have a plan. I am a pawn up here. You found it. Genius. The man is a genius. Tower Records. Oh, no. What? Meltdown. This is a weird move to play. In a way. In another way, it's not. Maybe simpler to play a5 there. Thank God for bad bishops. I don't like you. Harassing me. You're harassing me. I'm so confused. What? Queen trade. I saw it coming. What? You're going after that pawn. Watch out for the final mate. Still not giving up. Damn, dude, that was a long game. What did it take? Like 20 minutes? It was a free night? Wow. That was crazy long. Very close position. Rook takes e5. I had a free knight. He put his knight on freeze with my knight or something? Oh, there. Free knight. Yeah, when I played the move, my intention was to attack his rook. It was just a bonus that I was attacking his knight on e5. I didn't see the free bonus. we've got plenty of time, guys. So, what is today? Wednesday? I'm streaming till about 1:30. Normally Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please support the stream and donate and subscribe if you can. You had a free night, Blobix. Interesting. Alright. Berserker, JK, Linny, and Yevgeny, these guys are all subscribers. We lost Heroku, I think. Alright, we've got subscriber challenges first. Now I get white. My first white? No, I had a white. So much for black every game. I did have the white against one of the previous opponents. Alright, something fun. What's Fisher Random Chess? Never heard of it. Sorry, I don't play variants. Alright, we play unusual openings on Wednesday, so I'm going to play the Blobix system. The Blobix attack. Also possible to play the delayed version of Blobix with knight f3, followed by b3 on the third move. Yeah, that's interesting. So what if you play e4, d5 takes, queen takes, b3, queen e5 check. They're trapping the queen, I guess. You need another move for that. d5. I mean, the positional justification of this is the fact that if white puts the knight on c3, it's going to be getting in the way of our bishop anyway. So I would suppose that d5 is a viable move of sorts. White can play more aggressively, maybe like sacrificing this pawn or something. I don't know what Blobix does. Bonjour. Bonjour, Monsieur Blobix. So, we've got the attempt to say hello in French. It's like the first time I ever tried to do that. And maybe probably the last. Cheesy Noob and Blobix are both... It's a good Scandinavian for who? Troll and roll, I bite my fingernails and eat them. I'm a fingernail cannibal. That's a strange question, man, to ask. You have to ask a sociologist or something. I don't know. You feel there's no good thing as Scandinavian unless you're John Bartholomew. I mean, the Scandinavian's not that bad, I guess. But I mean, if you want to talk about chess openings philosophically, you don't have to go any further than white has a built-in advantage with the first move. If you have a development advantage, you should want to open the position. When black plays d5, he's behind the development by one move and opening the position. You know, case closed, like, it's definitely incorrect. You don't have to go further than that. Basically, when you play the Scandinavian, you're making a mistake, but you're willing to risk that. You're intentionally, like, making an inaccuracy to try to force a more open type of position. The risk may justify, you know, I mean, the rewards may justify the risk. If you're a good tactical player, you like open positions. But I would say at the highest levels, it's definitely, you know, there's a reason why the top players tend not to play the Scandinavian. There are exceptions, Carlsen being the notable exception. Anand played the Scandinavian against Kasparov in the World Championship match. Anand, Carlsen, two of the best players in the world, willing to play it, but the only thing I see that's appealing about the Scandinavian is that you get an open game. You're going to be down the tempo in an open position. I don't think that's generally a good place to be. But White has to know his shit. You know, I mean, that's the problem. You know, it's an open position. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, Black can kind of overtake White. Totally cocky opening, Bob. It absolutely. I used to play it all the time. You never seen a game of Anand in general, Troll? Anand chess, Anand 960, or just in the Scandinavian? Are you talking about? I never found any of Anand's games, you know, particularly interesting. Never been a player that I was especially attracted to in that kind of way, like Bob feels about John Bartholomew. But he seems like a good guy. What are we doing here? Seriously. Black's control of d4 is excellent. Excellent. And he's holding back with the bishop, ready to pin me with bishop g4 here. I don't know. I don't think that Blabix would approve of the way I'm playing this. Bishop f5. Yeah, I mean, okay, Anand is a like universal player, I guess you could say. He was renowned when he was young for having an excellent memory of the openings, like encyclopedic recall of opening variations. I remember that being said about him when he first came up in the late 80s. Because I was just starting. Anand was, of course, a rising star around the time when I was myself starting chess. Blabix says the c5 pawn must be punished. I'm not overreaching myself here, right? Black's like psychotically aggressive. Castling queenside in the b3 Sicilian. At least he's true to his name. Right. I mean, I think that's a modern thing. But I mean, then again, yeah. He's proposing a take back? That's where he must have mouse slipped. He thought he played f6. F6 is brilliant. It's just simply brilliant. Bishop f8 looks sad, but that's not the most important thing in this position. That's his price tag for the space advantage in the center. Are there going to be Rapid and Blitz championships this year? You mean like on lichess? Yearly Rapid and Blitz? Is that what you're talking about? Knight d4 is a good resource. So you should play knight takes f5 and he's slightly better. The control of d4 is more important than the fact that he has a bad bishop. I agree with the computer. Black is just better. At move 7, I feel like we're playing chess 960 with Troll here. At move 7, he did a take back and tried to play knight f6 and then did take back and asked for f6, which is Stockfish number 1 move. Number 2 now. Number 1, number 2. It either plays queen d7 or f6. Queen d7 followed by f6 or f6 right away. This is obviously the number 1 choice of the computer. It's doing queen d7, a4, f6 on the next move. This was what we all assumed, like e5 doesn't work because of bishop c4. But I missed this simple move. Actually, not so simple move. So he can play queen d6 and drop f7 because of e4. The not so simple move. You don't want to play f6 unless you have to. So if you can avoid playing f6 and calculate deeper, then black just has a good game. But I think f6 is very strong. I did a video series for chesslecture.com. Not a site that I'm, trying to promote necessarily. I mean, I work for it, but sign up if you want. I did this series called Botvinnik on space advantage, and I mean, this is like a classic move. You get a Marazzi type of space advantage here for black, and then he's just better. But I mean, there is something weird about being castled queenside in the Marazzi. I mean, that's not really typical, so it's a wildly complicated situation. Final position, though, he blundered. Queen takes f5. I mean, still black's okay here, but he has to retreat. Queen d7. Knight c6. I would say it's like equal. Black's king is in an open position, and the white squares are weak, but his control of the center at d4 is total justification. Okay, JK, Yevgeny, we got a rated challenge. 3-0. So I'm going to take these challenges now. JK, Viktorovich, Miro, and Hiroku, if he's going to have to wait for the subscribers. We've got an hour left. But I don't know. Neutralizing the bishop is an idea, of course. The main thing is that you've just got this unrelenting spatial control of the position in the center. I have a restricted bishop, you have a restricted bishop. Actually, my other bishop is bad. But in the final position, my other bishop is pretty good. The white square bishop could actually do something, maybe. I still think that it's equal, even if the computer says that black's a tiny bit better. Okay, let's try a Scandinavian. But something creative. Now that we're discussing the Scandinavian, yeah, I mean, I don't condone that knight c3, queen d8 stuff. It's either queen a5 or queen d6. I tried this a few games 15 years ago. Well, it was a little less. I only literally played this in like 2 games, maybe. It's a popular line. It was too popular, you know, that's why I decided to give it up. I got on the bandwagon with this a little bit, very briefly, but I mean, it was like everybody was playing the queen d6 Scandinavian. An opening like that, that's inherently like sort of dubious, loses any value whatsoever when it becomes like worldwide trend. Tivyakov was like crazy to play this as long as he did. Schieberspieler, what's up? Simul today after the stream, just as usual. Knight f3. Alright, so whatever. Usually white plays d4 most commonly, but it's not forced. Playing weird openings today, for me at least. I don't normally play queen d6 Scandinavian. But I know that J.K. Linney probably doesn't know that much theory as some people here, so this would kind of take people out of book who aren't overly prepped. It lost its surprise value about 15 years ago. Princess Chess, good morning. Now we go. Alright, B3. I gotta take my vitamin. Started taking vitamins. Just in case I get COVID. Gotta boost the immune system, Bob. Alright. Just in case. So, this is funny. I mean, it's kind of similar to our last game. He plays b3. Obviously attracted to my tremendous concept of b3 last game. Magic vitamins. Those aren't vitamins. Vitamin D is good. It's important. Absolutely. Masturbate. I didn't take my vitamin D. Got magnesium. Multivitamins. But obviously the best way to get vitamins is through a healthy diet. You heard it here first. Alright, Mad Ramos. We'll see you later. Remember to eat lots of processed foods and red meat. Diet Cola and processed lunch meat. Doesn't everyone love pandas? Panda is I feel like I'm just making random moves here. Panda is Panda. P-A-W-N. Like pawn. Who doesn't like pandas? Did you ever meet anyone who didn't like pandas? It's just one of those animals that no one can hate. It's strange, isn't it? It's not like an alligator. You're like, ew. Did anybody ever say, like, ew, a panda, that's gross, you know? How can you not love an irresistible panda? There's something wrong with someone who doesn't like... You're seriously demented if you don't like... Or if you dislike pandas. Oh, those dirty pandas. We don't care if we die next week. They're definitely Democrats. H3. Okay, I admit this is like kind of a weird position. Oftentimes G4 can be an effective plan for white. So this might not be any exception. He still hasn't developed his king side. He can play like G4, Bishop G6, Bishop G2, Knight H4. Bob, you know everything. You're like that guy who was Kramer's friend on Seinfeld. You remember the one. That mysterious guy that never... What was his name again? You never actually saw on the show? Apex predators. Everyone loves an apex predator. Alright. But seriously, Shiver Spiller said he's going to do a simul after the stream. This is highly suspicious. Big sign. I'm going to castle queenside. Telegraph me a move. Obviously the bishop has to go to G2. But I mean, if he wants to do it, he has to do it. I guess there's no way to like conceal his intentions here. You could play G4 first. We left the world of opening theory a long time ago. I'm a little concerned about my position, honestly. G4, Bishop G6. Both kings are in the middle. Both kings can castle queenside. But I haven't decided. I have not decided where to go. He has decided. But he's walking into knight d4. Dude. Always watch out for queen sacrifices. He just doesn't care. It's kind of ironic given my last game with white where I failed to control d4 and I played the same basic configuration that he has here with b3, bishop e2, no e-pawn, and I also lost control of the d4 square. He just loses tactically. He just had to play g4 and he didn't pull the trigger on. I mean, it was a good position. At least okay for white. Now he just lost in exchange. Simply needing to calculate more accurately. The position was fundamentally okay. If you do g4 first, I can't sacrifice a piece here. I don't think so. Highly suspicious. I wonder if he was afraid I could do like knight takes g4. I mean, I don't think that's even close to working. g4, bishop g6, and then you could castle queenside, or even maybe, yeah, I guess you have to. If g4, bishop g6, then castle queenside. I guess I looked at g5 momentarily. Whoa, I took a piece, and you played knight e4. Apex predators. Alright, whatever. Simply a piece up. Not evolving for 250 million years, give you a stubborn personality. Yeah, I would think so. Are you talking about the alligators? Or pandas now? $250 million years? Really? That's how long pandas haven't evolved, for 250 million years? That sounds like a lot. Yeah. Alright, I'm not going to argue about that. That's childish. But we get the point. The point is the point. I'm only going to eat bamboo. Nothing else for 250 million years. Oh, you're talking about the gators now. Oh, yeah. But I think it's pretty stubborn of pandas not to open up a little bit about their diet. And those koala bears with the eucalyptus, what's up with that? Are they like drug addicts? Viktorovich, Miro. Well, now we've got rated challenges, which are not happening. So these guys who are subscribers: Yevgen, Eugene, Eugenio, Saragossa opening. I have to not transpose to London. There will be no London. Eugenio Torre. The grob's out the window now. No more grob. Grob is good. Prevented e4. d4 is looking more and more like it's likely to transpose to the London. We've got some sort of cheesy noob opening. We can play like bishop g5. So it's basically a Tory attack. Bishop h4, g5, bishop g3, knight h5. Or you can play bishop f4. An evolved London. If you're going to play h6 this early, it makes me want to play bishop f4. The London evolved. Well, you're actually right. You were off by only 5 million votes. J.K. Linney, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sorry you just dropped a piece there. I feel like you were robbed of a game. It would have been an interesting position. But it seemed like you didn't want to deal with that pin. You were very hesitant about the pin. First of all, playing queen e2 and then not playing g4. Alright, so e4 now loses a pawn to g5. This is my second Tory attack. I must be getting old or something. I had a similar game with somebody a few days ago. I'll start turning into Gadakamsky soon. He is high rated. I'll give him that. But I don't want to become like boring. I'd rather be low rated than boring. d5. I turned 39. I'm only 39. You know that you're getting in trouble with that when you go out somewhere and you tell someone and they kind of look at you funny. I used to get away with it, but it's not working so well anymore. Bishop f6, bishop f6, e4. Let's do it. Got in the key e4. They don't believe you that you're 39. You know you're in trouble. But it's been a really hard 2 years. Between COVID and like not being able to go back to my home country and Donald Trump and my mom having Alzheimer's, like the last couple of years put a lot of mileage on me. The last 2 years I think I've aged like 5 years. I was doing really well before that. We need more naps and more sleep. When I used to be able to like sleep in and not work, I was like golden. When I was a true chess player, even poker didn't take that much out of me. Platypus appeared on the scene. Only 220 million years ago, relative newcomer. Now I feel like we're playing the white side of Alphaville forever. The white side of the... Actually, Schieberspieler, do you play the black side? You must play the black side of... Do you play the Rubinstein French? Seems like something Schieberspieler would play. Terrible opening. Bishop e7. Bishop e5 check. Does that do anything? Here he has f5. No. Yeah, I wonder if Neanderthals were like gambling and stuff. Right. Well, when you're talking about that, that's different. Right. You guys, what's the technical name of that? Doesn't it have another name? I mean, it should have a different name. It's not like the Rubinstein variation proper. What is it called when you play delayed Rubinstein or whatever? Exactly. But that's a much, 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 much better variation for black. Yeah, burn variation. Alright, exactly. Yeah, of course. Totally viable for black, whereas the normal Rubinstein just sucks. That's what it reminds me of. This reminds me of a Rubinstein. Is my queen on the proper square? We have the dummy battery. Yevgeny's pretty quick here. He's only used a minute and a half. You can join the team. Absolutely. Dr. Trip Chance, all you have to have is 100 games. We know you have that. You're playing for another team already. Is Rookie 1 just simply a waste of time? Stupid move that does nothing, right? This is the kind of move that's irrelevant. It's just a decoration. Rook Fe1 for the sake of putting the rook on that square for aesthetic reasons only. Yesterday against Schieberspieler, by the way, you know, it was funny how, looking at our game afterwards, it was funny how my move d5 like leaves me in an almost lost position, and I thought it was a good move. It was like the worst move. Changing the subject suddenly to discuss this position we had yesterday with Schieberspieler. This move just doesn't do anything. Rook e1. Obviously, I don't have any d5 in this position. The England Gambit is pretty bad, man. Don't ever play that in a serious game. That's something like Jabava would play in 1-minute chess. Not a good reputation. We just flat out of good moves here. Maybe I can play for a win in the endgame. That's my big idea. I could hypothetically win with my queenside majority in an endgame. But it's hypothetical only. In real world, that's not going to happen here. I heard someone the other day describe Jabava as a caveman. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't understand like why he's like doing streams where he's going over the games of Akiba Rubinstein and Botvinnik, and he plays like an absolute maniac. It's like a kind of classic play as I say, not as I do sort of thing. It's just kind of ironic. Do as I say, not as I do. Maybe he has a problem with self-control. I wouldn't want him like playing poker. Though he could be brilliant, actually. Alright, you made a request for the team. Thank you. It's similar to Rockport. It's fun to watch him, but you wouldn't want him on your like Olympic team. He like destroys the chances of winning a gold medal by playing like a maniac on board 1 or something. Not a team player necessarily. Bishop d6. I feel like I'm playing Schieberspieler again. Well, now knight d6 feels like a major fail. Knight f7. Not gonna happen. Knight g6. I'm gonna lose on time. Alright, whatever. I admit my mistake. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. You have similar styles to Eugene. I apologize. He's built up this huge time edge with 4 minutes to 14 seconds. It's hard to admit you made a mistake and move on. In life and in chess and anything. But that's what we have to do here. Admit 95 was just a mistake. If you try to like double down, Donald Trump style, on your mistakes, well, just see. We'll see. Donald Trump is not one. You know, he's a good example of what I'm trying to say. You know, it's not always good to double down on your mistakes. I double down. Triple down. You're bluffing. Just admit your mistake and move on. I've still got a chance here. I could have tried to go crazy, like sacrifice my h2 pawn or something stupid, because I refuse to retreat or admit I made a mistake. Don't play chess like Donald Trump. It might work in politics. Definitely not in chess. Only if you're playing a weak player, I suppose. A strategy like that might work. You're just totally bluffing. Bluffs don't work against good players, period. Very rarely. They don't work, or they work very rarely. But Yevgeny is playing an awesome game here. I could sack a piece for 3 pawns there. That's kind of interesting. I might try that. But not any longer. Your intuition is to be aggressive in chess and not back off and keep being aggressive. But you have to what's the word? Mitigate that with some control, element of control. Man, I feel like I'm almost down a pawn in this position. I'm playing... Dude, I have the feeling that actually Schieberspieler took control of Yevgeny's account or something. That's what it looks like. He hacked Yevgeny's account and took over. Dude, seriously? Check out the time. And he beat me last game. He secretly gave... Whoa. He's like a new Yevgeny. Now faster. Uh-oh. Panic. Panicked. So Trip Chance said he offered to join our team. Added. F6 was terrible. Okay, but Batman, you have 2 minutes left, you panic, but if you play Queen D5 check after Queen B7, what's the deal with that endgame? F6, Queen B7, Queen D5 check. Queen takes, pawn takes. My knight is on G5. Where's your bishop? It's on E7. So I have like knight E6 check. King F7. Knight F4, attacking D5. And then you have to play D3. No, I mean D4. Knight. I guess they're like king. I don't know. You might not be lost. I mean, you also have the possible king move here. King F8. No, so there's 2 possibilities. But even this in game, I'm not sure about. Oh, you don't have D4. Yeah, the pawn is on C3, I forgot. It still may be a draw. Minor piece endgame with 1 extra pawn. Bishop versus knight. I'm not sure that you're lost. But obviously that's very disappointing. I missed the mate in 1? What? What do you mean I missed mate in 1? Oh my god, I had mate in 1. You missed it too? Yeah, that's crazy. It never even occurred to me. Okay, I was really worried about the clock. I didn't even... Of course I didn't expect him to play King H6, frankly. Why would you play King H6? It wasn't even in my radar. That happens a lot when you face unexpected moves. I'm a terrible bullet player. No, I wasn't really thinking. I mean, this is not a question of my puzzle skill. I'm no longer thinking at that point. I'm just making moves. I am not analyzing the position anymore. I just grab whatever piece I could to not lose on time. I'm terrible with 5 seconds and under. Hey, it's Miro. But that was a completely unfair and unnecessary win. Lichess gives me 1 puzzles. Hey, that's a great idea. That's a cool idea. I'll practice those. Maybe I'll make some angry posts to the admins. All right. I'm trying to play the Verisov, and Miro plays B6, transposing to some sort of Owen defense with an early knight f6, like an inferior Owen. But I must feel bad about transposing. I wanted to play like the Verisov. No, the idea never occurred to me. I didn't realize that H takes G was check or mate. I didn't even know it was a legal move. It's COVID-19, brain fog. I haven't been sleeping well. I don't have my melatonin. Alright, we're going to play the critical move here. I mean, this is the kind of thing we've seen Acerbate play on occasion. Dubious form of Owen defense. You know what? Maybe it's not dubious. Normally the move order would be e4, b6, d4, bishop e7, knight c3. You know, bishop d3 should be considered rather than e5. I've seen some weird stuff from Christian Bauer and other of these very rare players who play the own defense, but I've seen some weird... I recall something like bishop d3, knight c6, knight f3, knight b4 being a variation. I'm sure this is better for white, though. Larson. I don't have any theoretical knowledge of this position. Bob, did you ever read... Oh, what is it? Here goes my brain fog again. It'll come to me. The Great God Pan by Arthur Machen, where he tries to like stimulate that gland in the brain. It's like a horror story. Very cool stuff. Del Toro sort of tried to use part of that story in his movie Pan's Labyrinth, but not really. You don't know that, really? Yeah. Machen was an early influence on Lovecraft and other horror writers. So the whole story is about this doctor who he tries to stimulate this gland in the brain, and then he made people see things that the normal vision couldn't see, and then he made people completely crazy because they're seeing these things that we don't have the human capability to see, these horroristic visions. It's interesting stuff. They also have a vaccine for COVID, Bob. They've got all kinds of cool stuff. I think the Hungarians are gonna go for the Russian vaccine. I'm not really feeling good about that right now. I think I'll pass. But it is cheaper if you want to get a discount on COVID vaccine. I would definitely, if you want to save money, I would go with the Russian one. You know, the movie Pan's Labyrinth by Del Toro is loosely based on this kind of concept, but it's not really. You got to read the book. It's a great movie, though. But like typical horror movies, they changed the movie completely from the book. You have to read the original story by Machen to really get the idea of it. Knight G5. Where's Arsenal fan today? Machen was Welsh, I think. A lot of cool stuff in his stories about like ancient Roman influence on scary sort of myths and stuff. It's interesting. Knight g5. Can we go for this? Woodland fairies and good stuff like that, Bob, are common themes. They would see these woodland fairies. Queen g5, I was thinking. Gone too far. I normally don't play trashy bluff sacrifices. Here we go with the clock again. Down to 10 seconds. What, Aspie, what are you talking about? You must go to lip read. Your headphones quit. Move 10, I'm going to lose on time. We've only got like 30 minutes left. It's a c3 Sicilian type motif here. I don't know if I have any real sacrifices. Maybe, maybe not. It's only one pawn. What's a pawn among friends? Mr. Coffee's missing. Hard at work. Oh, F4. If only I could open the F file. That's never going to happen. He has too much play on this pawn on d4. I mean, that's his counterplay. Pressure on d4. Of course, f4 might be possible. I don't know. I think I'm talking a lot, and I have brain fog. Wow, f5. This obviously was a very dangerous path. f5's too weakening. He's likely lost after that. But I would imagine that black is okay if he plays accurately instead of f5. He should be lost now. What do you want him to play exactly? He has a lot of moves. I mean, bishop e7, for example. Trip Chance is talking about f4. I mean, that might be necessary. If bishop e7, totally logical move. I don't see, I could sack a piece speculatively. Actually, there I have knight e6. So bishop e7 is a problem. Knight e6, pawn e6, bishop g6 check. Ouch. Pawn takes queen h8. That's probably, well, I don't know. I'm not sure it's 100% winning. Okay, bishop e7 wasn't so simple. What if he just takes on d4? cd4, knight takes e6, whatever. Oh my god, I was about to lose on time. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Why did I sacrifice a piece? I literally did it because I didn't have enough time. I was going to flag. Whoa. What am I doing? Okay, this is just crap. I really went nuts. Unnecessarily. So did he. Special stream classical battle. Yeah. Classical battle sounds good. No bullet chess. As long as it's no bullet chess. Ooh, he's got bishop h2. This was kind of foolhardy of me. It was a little foolhardy. It's alright. Calm, cool, and collected. Everything is okay. One rook down. I literally almost lost on time, but I mean, bishop takes f5 is totally stupid. I mean, it might be good. I didn't have time to calculate it. I should just like take his bishop or whatever. Every move is winning. It's up there though. Bishop f5 is apparently sound. I couldn't work it out. I shouldn't play that with like 5 seconds left. Don't play crazy tactics you don't fully comprehend when you have 5 seconds left. You think it looks like a conspiracy, Blobix? Could be. Sheba Spiller should learn how to stream. Definitely. Alright guys, we're almost out of time. I got time for 1 or 2 more games. Speaking of Sheba Spiller, our last subscriber, Sheba Spiller, he was given a gift sub. The Grobe. Grobing Grobe. Should I ban him? Oh no. Can I just time out? Britney Spears? Because her dad got custody of the money? Is that what we're talking about? I've been playing 97. That's my normal system. But let's try something different. Is that normal that Britney Spears' dad keeps control of her money and stuff? I don't know, man. It seems like a rigged game. They must be Republicans. If she wants to be like a crack addict and lose all her money, that's her business. Unless you can prove that someone is mentally ill or something. C4. Dude, Buzz Aldrin was like stumping for Donald Trump. Doesn't he really have dementia? I mean, all Joe Biden, jokes aside, didn't they try to take away Buzz Aldrin's lunch money too? Because he's literally suffering from dementia or something. He was like supporting Martha McSally in Arizona against Mark Kelly, like a former astronaut. But there was a thing like a couple years ago or a year ago where they were trying to take away his ability to control his finances or something, his family. But he does seem like he's completely gone. He believes in aliens. I mean, I like Ancient Aliens for entertainment value, but I think this guy really might believe it. I was so sad to see they used him for Republican promotions. C4 now. I'm supposed to play C6. We've been here once before. Not that long ago. It was this, right? C6. I'll give him his opinion on aliens. There's a better case for giving the family control of the finances for Buzz Aldrin's family than Britney Spears. That's my argument. That's all I'm saying. I think there's definitely a better case. That's just my opinion, though. You know, take it or leave it. Alright, Schieber Spielers. You're playing the Grob, though. That's like giving me a 3-minute time edge right there. Queen b3 is correct. Now I'm forgetting. Oh no, I did it. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I fell for the trap and dropped a piece. I'm talking about Buzz. It's all because of Buzz and Brittany. You know this is bound to happen. Now we've got to humiliate him by beating him anyway. Down a piece. I can't believe that last time I didn't let that happen. No, last time someone did something stupid like Queen a4 check first. What's the stupid move? Instead of e6... I'm supposed to play Queen d7? Why couldn't I remember what I'm supposed to play here? It's totally trash. Knight f6? I don't remember that line. There was something else. It was just so nothing for white. This whole variation. I think aliens still might exist, despite the fact that I still don't believe. That's a separate thing. Like, I believe that aliens might exist, but I'm not sure I believe Buzz Aldrin. Aliens can exist without Buzz Aldrin having seen them, you know. Completely separate issue. It's kind of like Illuminov. You know, he's also been abducted by aliens. But obviously, that's somewhat suspect. The odds are, and, you know, scientists will argue that the overwhelming odds are that extraterrestrials do exist. But Illuminov has not been abducted by aliens. I'm sorry. He just wanted to be on TV. Along with Buzz Aldrin. He might be a reptilian. I don't think he knows where he is, you know. He's definitely being exploited. For political purposes. Though maybe it's not really a good idea. He may have already lost so much credibility. He probably caused Mark Kelly to like win the election in Arizona by supporting Martha McSally. If Buzz Aldrin supports you, it's probably a good cause to vote for the other candidate at that point. Queen d3 is kind of an awkward square. Speaking of reptilians. So which alien movie is most likely to be a documentary? Say what? I picked up my king, man. on the subject of buzz, I'm down to 34 seconds. But you know that Schieberspieler is going to choke here. It's got it easy. The white side of the stone wall slash exchange Slav, where his g3 pawn is kind of important. Whoa. Don't tell me you can do that. Cool. I got myself in too much time pressure. Guys, we gotta go soon. It's unclear. We might have time for one more game. Could I have played bishop takes h2 check? No. Now I'm gonna lose, finally. I had really good chances till the very end here. Now I'm probably toast. I have 2 pawns for the piece. It's not quite enough. Feels like. Let's not give up hope. Don't give up hope yet. I had really good counterplay. Until recently. That's perfect. Run the analysis on this. I think I was doing all right at some point. We had a lot of play there. I can't believe if black wasn't okay at some point. Unbelievable. H4. Timely move. Apparently not. I was never better than 1.5 down. Is bishop g5 like the only move or something for white here? He's got a lot of moves. Maybe it's not even best. Alright, anyway. Alright, last game. Getting spammed with some sort of invitation to a rated tournament. They gotta stop spamming that stuff. Rated online tournaments for money. I mean, prize tournaments. So what are we doing? Trying to play unusual openings. Fresh out of unusual openings here against c4 and g3. Enough is enough. I tried, Bob, sorry. That's ridiculous. Tolerated as much as I could. They just want to get banned. Maybe a more constructive use of their time. Trying to be original. Since it is Weird Wednesday, we've removed our rook. This is like, we removed our rook from the diagonal. The white plays e. White's taking this very seriously. I don't know who this player is, by the way. Another one of those Smurf accounts, I think. I think we must have like the same person who has like 6 accounts that challenges me. So they get like multiple games every stream. They have like trolls need love. You're very forgiving, Bob. It's impossible to be fun and creative against people who play like G3, C4, Knight F3. I tried to be a little bit funny with A6 and Rook A7. But we're not getting much love here. I get an incredible amount of players with this exact sort of rating level. Like the average is 1900 something. To the point where I'm like thinking it's the same person. Let's see. Well, it's like a kind of hedgehog almost at this point. close Sicilian. Rook a7 isn't that bad. Can't believe I allowed Queen a4 check against Schieberspieler. Even with brain fog, that's like the whole point of White's stupid opening. But I couldn't figure out, like, the variation I had looked at didn't involve knight f6. I couldn't recall that. White's definitely the kind of player who's playing the same sort of system consistently. White's better here. He'll lose on time. If I'm lucky, a little later, White will lose on time, maybe. But he's better here. White's better. He or she or it. What happened to what's happening to my position? It's terrible. I am defending f7. h6, g6. I mean, g6, bishop h6. This is like the last game I wanted to play before my stream was over, seriously. And then a weird Wednesday stream, White plays like this. The most boring style of English opening possible. It's just painful. Who is this player? Does anyone want to take credit for being well, you happy? What does that even mean? I try to figure it out, but I can't. Queen d6, blockade. I remember the other games this player were really weird too. I could drop mate in one. I can't see mate in one. Why not allow mate in one? Dude, look at all my weird games with the guy. Check out some of these games. This one, I remember that. Does that make sense? I'm just gonna resign this. Take the last challenge with Heroku. What was White's CPL there? Perfect. I really should have quit. I don't have time for this game, but we're going to do it anyway. 0-0-0 for white last game. Okay, I was messing around with rook a7. Maybe Heroku is the same person? No, he only plays this. He can't be, well, be happy. It was strange that I was 6-0 against that account in the first place. It's good to get a loss in there. This is a bad move by white. Playing b takes. I don't know, c5 right away. Very strange setup by white. He's never done this before, though. Try to play for c5. My last opponent obviously doesn't have a sense of humor. I was trying to play fun stuff with a6, but he was just like not having any of it. Felt like I was playing against a rock wall. Final position is just lost for black. Queen f6. Resigns. No sense playing that out. But all of my games for that player were really, really strange. Doesn't seem... Yeah, Bob. It played well. Perfectly, in fact. Bishop d3. I don't know why would Heroku take here with the pawn. He's never done anything like that before. White always is very systematic. He always does the exact same system every single time. I couldn't do that. It's like the London system. He's basically playing a different kind of London system where the bishop's on b2 instead of f4. Put it on f4, we've got the London. But that's unnecessary. Knight c3, queen takes c3, c5, b3, bishop e2. It's completely normal. Tomorrow night we're going to do a subscriber stream. I've got a lot of games submitted already. So you think that there could be a connection between the perverse troll and that account I just played? Or is that just pure speculation? Nothing like good old-fashioned speculation. Look at the profile. Is there something with the profile? Usually there's no information. I like it when there's real people in our community with information and personality. I can't play d5, can I? Bishop on b2. We could be here all day. Bob, how is that account not banned from Twitch? Oh, you've seen it before. I would assume whatever they were doing would be banned on its respective platform after they start going into perverse meltdown mode. They'd have to continuously like keep creating new accounts. Crazy, man. You're crazy. Have you thought about going into counseling? Maybe. The closedest openings ever. Last game too. I'm like trying to finish the stream and people are playing the closed English and this closed crap with white. We can't get any real openings. E4, at least like some kind of semi-theoretical D4 opening. It's a little bit like playing Cheesy Noob, but not quite as strong. Cheesy Noob is much stronger tactically, but very similar approach to the openings. What is white doing here? God, it hurts. It hurts. Just trying to close the position at every turn? No. Now you're opening the file. I was honestly surprised by pawn takes pawn. I thought white would play d5 for sure. It's painful, man. It's like going to the dentist playing this guy. And that last opponent. Permaban. What's the point? That's what I don't understand, Bob. Do you understand? What's the point? I guess that's the thing that's the biggest mystery of all for me. Is there a point? Or is it like compulsion that you just can't control? It seems like a massive waste of time. I had to ban this perverse troll, but I don't understand why they do that. They just keep coming back, getting banned, making another account, coming back, getting banned. Like, what's the point of even living, you know? You gotta have a point to what you're doing. There has to be a motive or reason behind it. Yeah, Schieberspieler's going to set up a simul, guys, starting right after the stream. Momentary, very momentary. I'm not sure. For me, it's just swatting mosquitoes. Chess is hard. Chess is painful. Masturbates in the band. Band nerd. Masturbate was a drummer in the high school marching band. No. He's not that much of a nerd. I'm just kidding. What do we got? H5. You can almost predict white's moves. Man, I had a hallucination there. Wow. That was a serious hallucination. There used to be VODs. What do you mean they're not there anymore? Well, as far as I knew, they were still there. I didn't know the VODs were not existing anymore. Usually, like, Twitch keeps a certain amount. Are they missing? Gone? New to me. Gigi Gila said there used to be VODs. There should be. They're normally saved on Twitch for a certain amount of time. Anybody notice anything changed on Twitch? About the VODs? VODs. Oh, I never thought about it. Do you have to be a sub? Interesting. Okay, that could be the answer. I didn't even realize. Anyway, I put them on YouTube, so you guys just have to go to my YouTube channel. Video chess training on YouTube. Just dropped queen. The typical game against Heroku. Alright guys, I gotta go. It's really late. Join the Schieberspieler Simul. Tomorrow night we're gonna do a subscriber stream. We will be back tomorrow night, 6:30. CET. Bye-bye, guys. I'm out of here. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for the games. Yeah, Princess Chess, I think that's a relatively new thing. If only subs can watch the videos on demand. It definitely didn't used to be like only sub. Maybe to encourage, obviously, people to subscribe. If not, though, you can check out my videos on YouTube. Video chess training on YouTube. I'll check it out, guys, later. Check it out, guys, later. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Goodbye.